With the release of version 3.0, we got the new nation of Sumeru and the new Dendro element, and with it came new elemental reactions. Aggravate in particular has sparked the interest of many people, and a lot of different content creators have made guide videos covering builds using this reaction, mainly in Electro-focused teams. I'm sure most of you watching this have tried playing with this new reaction, especially with a previously infamously underused character. But in this video, we're going to talk about why Aggravate massively benefits some Electro characters, but not so much others. Here's a disclaimer that I'm not a theory crafter and I don't claim to be one. Everything I say in this video is based on my opinion and experiences, so if you disagree, feel free to comment below why and your experiences with this reaction, and I will absolutely not give a single fuck. First, we need to take a look at how Aggravate works. Aggravate is a sub-reaction that can be triggered only after triggering Quicken, which triggers when you apply Dendro and Electro on the same target. This reaction applies a Quicken aura on the target, which decays over time. Throughout this duration, applications of Electro and Dendro will trigger Aggravate and Spread respectively, and these reactions do not consume the Quicken aura. So you're free to trigger these two reactions as much as you want until you need to refresh the aura by triggering Quicken again. But Quicken behaves like a Dendro aura towards other elements, so be sure not to apply Hydro or Pyro if you want to keep the Quicken aura on them. Applying Hydro will consume some of the Quicken aura and trigger Bloom, while applying Pyro will trigger Burning and quickly consume all of the Quicken aura. For the Aggravate reaction itself, Spread too because it works the exact same way for Dendro, it provides a flat damage bonus to every hit that applies Electro. This flat damage bonus scales with the triggering character's level, elemental mastery, and any buffs that explicitly state that they boost damage for this reaction. And this damage bonus is added in calculation before damage percent buffs and crit. Think of it as a Yunjin burst or Shenhe Icy Coil type buff, but with ICD. Since this is a flat damage bonus, it means the base raw damage of the hit doesn't affect the amount of the damage buff. And since it doesn't consume the Quicken aura, it's best suited for attacks that apply Electro rapidly to trigger as many times as possible throughout the Quicken duration. So I like to see Aggravate and Spread as counterparts to Vaporize and Melt. They're pretty similar to each other, yet they're kinda like opposites. As mentioned previously, Aggravate is best used for attacks that apply Electro rapidly, so in most cases hit rapidly. While Vaporize and Melt are multiplicative, so they're best used for a single strong hit, so the damage can be multiplied to become even bigger. This is why, for the one true best girl, Yoimiya, while Vaporize is a strong team for her, she still has other really solid teams, while Hu Tao's insane damage potential strictly confines her to Vaporize teams in order to deal damage optimally. We talked about Aggravate being good with fast attacks that apply Electro rapidly, but it massively benefits attacks that deal mediocre damage without it. Well, duh, that's why it's good. But in all seriousness, since it's a flat damage bonus, the damage multiplier of the triggering hit doesn't affect the damage boost, and you don't have to worry about the ICD, because Aggravate provides the exact same amount of increased damage regardless of which hit it is, so it doesn't matter which hits apply Electro. So the types of attacks that get buffed the most are fast attacks with relatively low damage multipliers. Keqing, yes, we've all been dying to talk about her. She is good with Aggravate because she attacks fast and she has a very spammable elemental burst that slashes very quickly. And we don't need to talk about her raw damage because we know how underused she was before patch 3.0. Fischl is another good candidate for Aggravate because of the attack from her Ascension 4 passive that has no ICD, and how quickly Oz attacks if she's C6. And also because of how the Aggravate damage scales off of elemental mastery and character level, there is an incentive to level your Aggravate characters to level 90. And the faster they apply Electro and the lower their raw damage is, the more you want an elemental mastery stance over an attack percent one. One character I would not recommend playing Aggravate with is the almighty Raiden Shogun herself. In any standard team that you'd run her in, by the time you use her elemental burst, she'll have a large number of resolve stacks, and because the resolve bonus is an additive buff to her multipliers, it gives her Muso no Hitotachi and Muso Ishin hits very high raw damage. While she still attacks fast and applies Electro pretty rapidly, Aggravate simply doesn't provide enough of a damage boost to be run over a standard Raiden team, such as Raiden Carry, where you stack attack buffs on her. Coupled with her high multipliers, she can easily deal more damage than if she were on an Aggravate-centered team. You could maybe give her an EM Sands for better Aggravate damage, but Energy Recharge is more important for her as it can both boost her damage and increase her support capabilities, leading to smoother team rotations and higher team damage overall. So, when to Aggravate? You should use Aggravate if your Electro character has relatively low damage multipliers in their talents, or just low raw damage in general but they apply Electro rapidly. You shouldn't use Aggravate if the character has very good scaling in their talents and they can deal big nuke hits like Raiden and Miko's bursts. Kinda like how Diluc uses normal attacks to deal a significant portion of his damage, but you wouldn't use Yunjin with him because he deals slow, heavy hits. Overall, I think Aggravate, well, and Spread are great additions to the game. Aggravate does a really good job of making some of the subpar Electro characters more viable while still leaving the stronger Electro characters relatively untouched. Plus, thematically it makes sense, right? Like how Pyro is supposed to have a huge powerful blow, while Electro is strong when attacking rapidly. Fast as lightning, as they call it. Anyone else think the same way? No? Just me? Okay. Anyway, this is my first time making an actual guide type video, so if you like this video, do me a favor and leave a like and also subscribe so YouTube will think this video is good and help revive my dead channel. And comment down below if there's anything I missed or if you have your own opinions on this. Also follow me on Twitch and we can hang out live because I like to stream sometimes. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.